Hello YouTube, I am back again with another unscripted video, and I am going to go through some of my old collection. I found some of these things in storage. I've not seen them for many years. Some I've not seen for decades, to be honest. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. This is a very organic video. There's no AI involved, just me reminiscing about my old stuff. So the first thing that I found in storage, which I completely forgot that I had, you know, it's probably been 35, 40 years since I've seen this, is a Centurion figure. Good old Max Ray. And he's in good condition. There's a little bit of paint scuff on his hair, but other than that, he's in pretty good condition. His joints are stiff. Apart from his head. But yeah, I'm sure his mechanism still works. Now, I had quite a lot of these as a kid. Me and my brother used to get these back in the days, and these were a great toy line, and they were from Kenner in the mid to late 80s. Unfortunately, I don't have any of his accessories. So if you're not familiar with the toy line of Centurions, basically you would plug in lots of different accessories and turn him into a living weapon. And this guy was like a Marine, Navy type, you know, super soldier, and he would have like submarine clip-on gear and that type of thing. Yeah, awesome character. And he's not sun damaged either. Yeah, glad to have him back in my collection. Okay, another thing that I saw, and I had to clean this one up a little bit actually. And this is from Mattel, the Secret Wars line, and it's good old Iron Man. Unfortunately, I don't have any of his accessories. He came with a shield and a laser gun. And within the shield, you would get these like these pictures that would kind of move and be kind of animated. Really basic stuff. But yeah, they were awesome. And fun fact, this isn't Tony Stark's underneath the armor. It is actually Rhodey from the Secret Wars comics. But yeah, brilliant figure. He was really dirty, really dusty. I've cleaned him up quite well. There's a few paint scuffs on him, but overall, he looks quite good. Yeah, not bad for a figure that's, you know, over 40 years of age. There is Iron Man, the invincible Iron Man. Okay, what else did I find? Yep, I found a Star Wars figure in very good condition actually. It's from the original line, and it is good old Greedo. All his joints are stiff. Unfortunately, I don't have his laser pistol. But yeah, Greedo. What a great figure he was. Great character. Yeah, I really like that guy. This is a bit of an odd one that I found. I totally forgot I had him. This is from a toy line I'm not too familiar with, but I remember getting this when I was in Mallorca, probably about 88, 89. I was with my mum and dad and my brother, and I saw this randomly in a shop, and I begged my mum and dad to get it me, and they're like, oh no, you can have it at the end of the holiday. So I had to wait, you know, I think it was like a week in, we had 2 weeks there. So I had to wait 7 days, and I walked past the shop seeing this package. And in the package, it was like a twin pack, and you got 2 figures in there. and they were like action figures. One was Bruce Lee, and you got his opponents, which was none other than a young Chuck Norris. This is a very naked Chuck Norris. So, yeah, he come with, like, you know, a gown and obviously some pants, and they come with weapons. I think it was like a sword, a spear, maybe some nunchucks, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I've never seen him anywhere else. I'm not sure whether this was like a Spanish thing or a European thing. I'd never seen him in the UK. It's got a little bit of sun damage. He had a bit of articulation. It says on the back, oh, I can't even read that. Something Toys Limited. Larigo Toys Limited. I've never seen anything. It looks and feels a bit cheap, to be honest, but yeah, it's got a bit of a look of He-Man as well, but it is supposed to be Chuck Norris. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the Bruce Lee figure. He was quite good. He had a really good likeness. But yeah, good old Chuck. This was a good find in my collection. Me and my brother, we used to collect Brave Star. My brother had quite a lot of them. I only had a few. My brother had the Fort Kerem playset, which was absolutely huge, and it all folded up and stuff. I had a few of the figures, Brave Star and the horse. Can't remember his name. Was it 50-50 or something like that? And Tex Hex. And I had this guy, which I cannot remember his name. Now, he had a few accessories. I'm sure he came with a cowboy hat, and he came with some kind of cape, maybe a weapon as well, and some of that red, you know, Kerem stuff or whatever it was. And this one actually has an action feature. You click this button at the back, and he unleashes his double barrel laser shotgun. The chrome on this is incredible. It looks really, really nice. Yeah, he still works. The articulation on these figures was quite cool. You know, you could twist the arms round. You could bend them. You know, you could fit them in the vehicles, the horses that he came with and stuff. Cannot remember his name. If you know his name, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, awesome figure. Kind of reminds me of the Terminator. Okay, another figure. This is from Toy Biz. And I got this later on in life as an adult collector. Saw it in Forbidden Planet for about £2. So just snapped it up. And this is from the X-Men, Iceman. He's very sun damaged. He's probably smoke damaged as well. But yeah, his eyes look a bit creepy though. I didn't have many of these. You know, these come about in the mid-90s. I think I got Sinister. Maybe another one. I'm not sure. But yeah, I still have his ice accessory. And apparently his gimmick was you poured water into this little compartment here. And then, no joke, you put him in the freezer. And that was his gimmick. Pretty odd gimmick. I don't think I ever did it. I just had him on display on my shelf. But yeah, quite a cool character. Reminds me of the old school X-Men. You know, the first class of X-Men. He's got that kind of look to him. Quite well articulated. can't twist the hip, but yeah, I like this see-through plastic look that they give him. I remember as a kid he had a action figure that was very similar to this. He was called Crystar, and I remember swapping him with some other kid at school. I can't remember who I swapped him for, and you know, this was back in the early 80s. I had Spider-Man from the Mattel Secret Wars, and I always wanted an Iceman, you know, to recreate the Amazing Friends. And I got this Crystar, and he was quite cool, and he did remind me of Iceman. But there you go, there's the official Iceman. Quite cool. Okay, I found some G.I. Joe figures. And the first one I found is a very loose Red Dog from Slaughter's Renegades. He needs a new O-ring. Take a bow, why don't you? Yeah, great figure. Unfortunately, I don't have any of his accessories. He came with a backpack and a pistol, from what I can remember. But yeah, great figure from the G.I. Joe Action Force movie. Great character too. Another figure and character from the G.I. Joe movie was this guy who's in not the best state actually. It's Law, and I have his, you know, his legs. I need a new O-ring for him. Luckily I have some. I don't have his dog, which is Order, which was the Alsatian, but I still have his hat. And he's actually in decent condition. A little bit of paintwork on his head. But yeah, there's Law. Great figure. His thumbs have survived the 80s. He come with an Uzi and a baton, a leash, and obviously his dog. Good old Law. Okay, another figure that needs a bit of TLC is this guy here. Do you recognize them legs? Okay, well, you might recognize good old Cutter from the Action Force G.I. Joe line. He's in decent condition. Usually this blue shirts like Shipwreck and Spirit, the paint normally goes a bit yellow, but actually this one still looks quite blue. Yeah, he's a great figure, great character. I'm definitely gonna sort the O-ring out and fix him up. Unfortunately, I can't find the Killer Whale vehicle that he come with. He come with this massive hovercraft that was incredible. It was like a play set. I actually floated as well. I remember getting that for Christmas one year. I can't remember whether it was 88 or 89. I'm not sure. But yeah, I was really made up with it. And you could store loads of your G.I. Joe Action Force figures in there. There's Cutters. He kind of looks like Tom Selleck. Actually, this guy looks like Tom Selleck too. And last but not least, I found this. Matchbox Ferrari. I'm not sure what type of Ferrari it is. FID, maybe. This was really, really dusty. I've cleaned it up a little bit. But yeah, I used to have a fair collection of Matchbox and Corgi cars. I like this scale. Excuse me. I did have the bigger scale as well, but I have mainly the scale. And this scale would fit in really well with my miniature toy soldiers, which I would set up back in the days and have a lot of fun with. But yeah, it's in good condition. You can see the logo of the Ferrari. There's even one on each side. The wheels still spin. I've actually got a James Bond Aston Martin car. This is a Corgi. As you can see on the back, it has 007 on the front. This isn't the one that has all the secret weapons. I actually have that somewhere. What is that? I've got a bigger scale. I wanted to do a full-on video of this. Maybe I will at some point. But yeah, this is the larger Aston Martin 007 car. And it's a beauty. We have these little buttons here. And you can pull out the guns. It's all spring-loaded. Still works after all this time. The back has these bulletproof shield, and this is the best feature. It's an ejector seat. Unfortunately, I don't have the bad guy that springs out of there, but James Bond is still in there, still intact after all of these years. So yeah, there's my little stash that I found in storage. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing and I will bring you more videos. Okay, cheers.